It's a presidency that was essentially born on reality TV, and now the lines between TV and reality may be blurring even further. The president has chosen a cable news personality to be his top economic advisor.
CNN's Anderson Cooper, just one of many in the media taking aim at President Trump for tapping CNBC's Larry Kudlow to serve as his new senior economic advisor, claiming he hires too many people from TV. One critic even referring to it as the Trump TV pipeline. But what they are not reporting is that President Obama did the exact same thing, hiring dozens of former reporters to serve in his administration. Joining me now is Joe Concha, a media reporter at The Hill. Richard Fowler is a nationally syndicated radio host and a Fox News contributor. Joe, you point out some very interesting and needed facts today.
Yes, I wrote this in a column for The Hill today. And look, 30 media members total went on to work for the Obama administration. This isn't just what selective outrage sounds like. It's what it smells like. And many went on to communications jobs. I totally get that. But Ben Rhodes, for instance, you may remember a New York Times headline that said the aspiring novelist who became Obama's foreign policy guru. He went from speechwriter to the guy who basically was the architect for the Iran deal. Pretty big deal. Samantha Power, same deal. She worked for U.S. News and World Report. Boston Globe, was a Time magazine columnist as recently as 2007. She goes on to be the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. So this is something that was very common within the Obama administration. And many people went on to very important jobs within it. So when we hear about people getting angry about Donald Trump taking media members to work in his administration, there's this thing called precedent that you better look at and you better report. And I have not seen that in any reporting so far.
So why, Richard, all the outrage over President Trump doing what it appears President Obama did as well?
Well, I think the reason why there's outrage, mind you, I don't agree with the outrage, but I think the reason why there is outrage is because we know this president spends a lot of time watching cable news and tweeting about cable news. And so when he hires people from cable news, people are a little bit shocked by it. I'm not one of those individuals. But I think the larger problem that we have here, Sandra, is this ideal that this White House seems to be sort of recasting itself. I like to call it Donald Trump season 2.
Does that surprise
because they're
you?
Sort of
This is a businessman who has a history of firing people and hiring new people.
Yeah, it does surprise me because he's no longer a businessman. Now he's a leader of the free world, and to be the leader of the free world, it takes consistency and it takes patience.
And it takes having the right people around you, which is why he says he's doing what he's doing, right, Joe?
I agree, but the fact that he has. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, thanks, man.
Go ahead, Joe.
Look, I think the narrative that we're missing here, yes, he has fired a lot of people. The turnover has been extraordinarily high, and it can be unsettling to people looking at home. But I think the narrative that we're missing here is that most of the positions where people have left, there has been an upgrade. Would you rather have your starting 5 be Steve Bannon and Reince Priebus as your chief of staff, or Sean Spicer, who I have respect for, but it has been an upgrade to Sarah Sanders, or Secretary of State Rex Tillerson? Pompeo is probably an upgrade in many people's eyes as well, and you could go down the list. It seems that whenever most critical people have been fired, the people that have been brought in to replace them has been an upgrade. So yeah, the president's a novice politician. Maybe he chose wrong in his first year in certain positions.
How about that, Richard?
Rewarding people from the campaign, and as a result, it seems like we have some upgrades.
Joe, I mean, I guess that's spin, but I disagree with you fundamentally. Disagree with you wholeheartedly. I think. I disagree with you, though. I mean, think about it. He's had 4 communications directors, and I mean, I don't think Scaramucci is an upgrade. And then you had Hope Hicks, who left. Now he doesn't have a communications director. And the White House's response to that is, Donald Trump's our communications director. But it's impossible for the president of the United States to do his job and also be the communications director. Once again, what you have here is not a president of the United States, but somebody who's trying to run a reality show. Whoa. And we need him to run the free world.
Well, he's got a lot more decisions to make. He's got a couple of confirmation hearings coming up in April. There is certainly a lot going on. That is fair to say.
And he also has a North Korea meeting, and he needs stability. And he doesn't have that right now.
Thanks to both of that. He has nominated a new Secretary of State.